Okay, we are back. I threw Arashi's token on this scene just so you're not staring at a black screen, but I think I will introduce you here in a second. Um, the two of you wake up in, much fancier rooms than you had previously purchased because you were upgraded to the best the inn had to offer. A lot more fluffier pillows and kind of better beds, etc., etc. You guys go down for breakfast. You get a fresh plate of free food. Things are looking good. So there is this event that is happening today where the false dragon is being paraded through the city. Um, are either of both of you going to witness this potentially like once in a lifetime parade?
Yeah, I was gonna say that that was the purpose we had really come here for, right? So I'm thinking after the eventful night we had yesterday, I'm kind of looking forward to the fact that it seems things have calmed down around here. That, I'm not even sure if yesterday was real, and it seems to have calmed down. I think I'm ready for this event that I think my character still perceives it as like a good, happy thing that's gonna happen. Festivity. I don't know if that's true by the fiction of the lore, but I'm definitely like getting ready to go to where that parade would be.
Uh, are you around the same place, Javi?
Oh yeah, I would be because I'm guessing from where I'm from, this isn't like a normal thing, so it would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, it's going to be interesting to see. The parade route has been public knowledge for a long time, and there's a kind of small square just inside the new city where you should enjoy a fine view. Um, I think I didn't put a shortcut here. I think I have like a couple fan art of the city. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, so yeah, on the second page you can kind of get some glimpses of what the city looks like. The inner city is kind of the inside. It's a lot older. The white walls is where the palace is, and then a very large kind of outer city that's been built up around it over the many years.
And we're currently in that like second image place. Like if we looked out toward that hall, it's what we'd see.
Yeah, I think your inn is in particular is even outside the city walls even further. But as you're kind of moving into the city, this is, I mean, there's going to be lots of people around, and yeah, kind of just the inner city is kind of on a hill, so you can usually see it pretty much anywhere you are.
Cool. I'm assuming if my character is a Midlander, that like me, might feel kind of uncomfortable in a large metropolitan environment. So, maybe I think I'm just trying to get to like wherever we need to go. I don't want to get turned around. I don't want to get lost and we miss the event. It seems like timing might be important. So like I think I'm kind of trying to follow crowds and maybe like making sure Javi's right behind me that we're headed to the parade.
Yeah, this is definitely like one of is probably in the top two most populous cities on the whole continent. So like for some of you, this is a big deal just being here and being around all these people. Let's see. As you approach the square, you can see the dense crowd already pressing in against a line of red cloaked pikemen who keep the street itself clear. Although you have arrived in plenty of time, the scene is dense with onlookers. Some sit in windows or crowd balconies, but most swirl about you in the street. chattering in speculation as they jockey for the best positions along the parade route. A disturbance in the turbulent throng catches your attention, and you turn to see a gap appearing in the crowd. 4 men emerge, glaring at the onlookers who part before them. They are heavily armed and armored in gleaming mail and wear cloaks of pure white with a golden sunburst pattern, the leaders augmented with a silver lightning flash emblem. You there, the leader calls out, pointing towards your group as they approach. And we will also say that Arashi is in the crowd as well, and they can kind of see this commotion start to build. So you're not necessarily part of the group, but you can kind of watch and decide if you want to take action as this unfolds. So these people, if you want a little bit about them, you can try to make a culture check, or you can kind of just see how this plays out. Like they're pointing at you and calling for you. Do you stay where you are and let them approach you, or do you kind of try to move away?
I'd like to do a culture check just to see if I know anything about them. Like, is that a symbol I should fear? Do I recognize it at all?
They're not too common, so I'll probably call it an average difficulty check versus 2 purple die.
Okay.
We got 2 blanks on the purple die. Oh, but you didn't get any successes, so it's going to be a failure.
Advantages.
Going to be a failure, but you can let's see, spend
You
some.
said culture check, right?
What was that?
You said it was a culture check?
Yes, it is. And you did get a success. So with some advantages, you might be able to kind of gain some insight into like the people that are approaching you, but you wouldn't know like who they represent. So I can keep that in mind as we move forward. But for Javi, the symbolism and the what they're wearing identifies them as the children of the light, sometimes called white cloaks, but not necessarily in their presence. They're kind of a private militia who sees themselves as like an army for the side of the light, and that kind of means that if you stand against them in any way, then you're standing against the light, and you might be a servant of the dark. So they're very full of themselves, and they kind of have a reputation for getting their way.
Okay, so
Yeah,
not
with that
good.
information, I will basically push Timothy forward.
Forward toward them?
Yeah,
My buddy, no. Um, I think if they generally have like an air of authority, um, and I imagine Javi has sort of made that clear to me, then and they've chosen to zero in on me, then I'm not gonna like pull my sword, like I'm gonna like put my hands up and what's up? Can we help you, sir?
We are looking for. Oh, okay. I got the white cloaks make their way through the parting crowd, continuing to shoot suspicious glances at those around you. A few feet away, the group halts, and the leader looks you up and down. We are looking for a group of backcountry bumpkins. They're all dark friends, the leader sneers. You certainly have the look. The crowd has opened up a space around you, and there's a bunch of people kind of watching you. What is your name, child? The white cloak officer continues. And tell me, do you walk in the light? So I guess
Uh,
if he pushed you forward, Timothy, then he's directing it at you.
yeah, my name is Timothy, and I like to think so.
What do you mean you like to think so?
In the do you follow the light?
You don't know if you follow in the light?
Well, I we try our best, don't we? I don't have any look at me, I don't have any sort of guiding principle to affirm my actions. The are for sure, but I think my will is good.
Where are you from, Timothy?
I don't actually know that.
Yeah, we haven't settled on a
Midland.
name, but yeah.
A specific Midland town.
Yeah, so they like interrogate you pretty fully, and like seeing Javi kind of behind you, they also draw you into the conversation. There's like, what did I say, like four of them. So they outnumber you for sure, but they're kind of pressuring you.
We're like in the middle of a town. I'm not planning to attack them anyway.
Yeah,
That
but
could not possibly go well.
yeah, the crowd is kind of giving them a lot of space. They ask you about like the routes that you traveled to get here. You know, like what direction you came to the city from. You know, the name of the inn you're staying, why you're here in the city, like all kinds of questions that are like dizzying. Um, I am going to have the leader make a check against you, both of you, and since it is a versus check, it's going to be versus your cool statistic. So, what is your rank in cool? Let's start with Timothy.
3 green. I'm not. Oh, I guess the rank is 0 in
Oh
cool,
yeah,
but I
the
get the 3
total.
green
Okay,
dice from. Yeah.
so you want this check to fail because I'm rolling it from their perspective. Um, so I turned your greens into purples. Let's see.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
That doesn't seem like
two
it.
successes and a critical
Seems that.
success. Um, I think the critical success also counts as a regular success. So I want you to gain 3 strain as part of kind of the pressure of them just interrogating you like this. And for the
Done.
critical, let's see. If you make another check in this scene, I will have you upgrade the difficulty of it.
Okay. That makes
And
sense for what's happening right now.
yeah, and I will repeat the same thing for Javi. What is your skill or your cool?
It's a 0.
How many green die?
1.
You have no presence? Did you say none? Oh,
Yeah.
1. Okay.
Okay, so I think you are going to gain 4 strain for kind of their interrogation, and also similarly, if you make a check in the same scene, I'm going to upgrade the difficulty of it. So, I mean, eventually it comes clear to them that you're not particularly who they're looking for, but I mean, still, the intimidation factor of it definitely leaves you a little bit stressed. And eventually, like unceremoniously, he just says, "Stay in the light," and he and his squad move on with his men.
I just knew those goat people were trouble.
The goat people?
The Didn't we fight like giant satyr people the
Oh yeah,
first?
the Trollocs. Yeah.
Yeah, Trollocs, that's what they were called, right?
So I mean, after they're gone, kind of the crowd starts filling in again, and you're starting to deal with different stresses. Um, Arashi, did you have any what do you know what your character was thinking as you witnessed that exchange?
More of an observing type.
Yeah, sure.
Could she glean from afar, like, why they might be interrogating us? Like, why'd they single us out? You know, if we were interrogated enough to the point of stress, then like I imagine this is when like, you know, the city cops pulled us off to the side to give us a hard time. So if she was watching the whole time, is there anything she could have told from that?
There
Almost
might.
certainly has to do with the monsters in the night we fought, but I'm not
Well,
sure
I might have
what they
a
want.
check for her to run here. How about you can, if you'd like to, you can roll a perception check, Arashi, to see if you can kind of see a pattern.
Uh, perception 0.
General skills like halfway down.
And it's going to be versus 2 purple dice, so I don't think you have to change anything.
So I see 2 green, 2 purple. Is
Yeah, that's right for now.
that what it should be? Okay.
You did not get more successes than failures, so it's going to be a failure in total. But you can. So you don't really understand kind of why they've singled these people out, but I mean these people could be definitely interesting to keep an eye on if they're of interest. You in particular
Wanna
are
come?
looking for, I think, like somebody with red hair, which would be kind of one of your people, and you have heard rumors that the royal line of the city does have like somewhat reddish hair, but they're probably not who you're looking for. These people don't have red hair, but they could, if they have people after them, it could be interesting, and you might be itching for something interesting if you've been out this long.
Wanna come talk to us? Join the party?
I will observe. If guards are talking to you all, I will observe first.
All right. Well, then on to the next place. Or wait, no, we're at the right place,
Yeah,
right? Did we get
eventually
stopped on the way, or this was at the
you're
square?
about at where you wanted to be, where you think you've got a good view
Okay.
of the parade, and eventually you start hearing kind of the trumpeting of fanfare in the distance, and it starts to get closer. The crowd surges forward. There's a line of guards who are kind of straining to hold the street clear as the crowd presses in and kind of standing on their tippy toes to try to see into the street. As the lead elements of the procession turn around the corner, air is split by the pealing of trumpets and the responding roar of the crowd. Rank after rank of trumpeters, followed by scores of drummers. As these musicians pass your position, 100 ranks of horsemen, flanked by scores and scores of archers and pikemen, file around the corner, the first ranks carrying aloft the banners of Andor, which is the country you're in, a white lion on fields of red. There's glittering armor in the cold sunshine, lances are held proudly aloft, and crimson banners flutter in the breeze. I will continue reading, but I think I have pictures. Then a massive wagon appears. 4 hitches of 4 giant workhorses pull the enormous vehicle, upon which sits an iron cage surrounded by stately women, 2 at each corner. They're all Aes Sedai, surely. As the wagon appears, you can make out a dozen men on horseback around it, wearing strange cloaks that shimmer and seem to disappear as they blow in the breeze. Their eyes scan the crowd relentlessly. But it is not them who holds your gaze as the wagon draws near, for there, inside the cage, is Logain himself. The false dragon is a tall man with long dark hair that hangs in curls about his shoulders, as he stares out at the crowd defiantly, suddenly making the processional seem a regal escort rather than a capturing army. The cage is more like a stately coach than an iron prison. As he passes, his eyes seem to fall just for a moment on you, and you sense the power of the man. And there's probably like people like trying to throw tomatoes at him, but there's like invisible, well, to most of you, they're invisible like walls of air that the tomato smacks against before it ever reaches the wagon. And Arashi can kind of feel these women inside the wagon. They're channeling and to protect the wagon. And eventually the parade turns a corner and it passes by.
What are they going to do with him? I say to Javi and anyone around me.
Eat them.
Sorry, what'd you say? Just amazing?
Eat them.
I was going to say 40 lashings with a wet noodle.
Curious. They're protecting him. We're parading him through town, but like, he seems. Just based off of this second photo here, I remember you said that the male wizards go crazy. So is he meant to like give off some appearance of seeming mentally unwell?
Yeah, he it's possible you can get a glimpse of that if you stare at him. Like he might
Okay.
be like chuckling and laughing to himself, but at nothing in particular.
To that end, I'm just really it gives me a moment of thinking about like how the magic works in this world. That like being from a nowhere town that I'm really like essentially, I was here excited for this big event, and I realize as he rolls through town that I don't know how I was meant to feel about that. That was a strange experience. What are they gonna do with that guy? And this is a regular event. They plan this? What's happening?
As things wind down and the crowd disperses, I would like any one of the three of you who thinks you are relatively alert to make a vigilance check, but it's going to be a little higher difficulty at 3 purple dice. And for if Javi or Timothy make it, also upgrade one of the purples into a red for the crit against you.
Well, Arashi's been the one that was observant, and I'm currently going through like an emotional thing from the parade. So if you're asking who's like alert and looking around, I don't think it's me. I think I'm in a thought.
Yeah, well, I'm in the same boat. You know, not really trying to be nosy after the.
Yeah, I'll do a roll. What kind of roll?
It's going to be vigilance, and it's versus 3 purple dice. So you'll have to click a button to
I
add
have
a
4.
purple.
I have 4 green dice though.
You'll have good odds. Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah. So
The stars
eventually,
are good and the targets. I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I was talking about something else off mic. So the successes mean you succeed. The threat is kind of uh just for one threat for now. Let's add a strain to your character.
Just literally one strain.
Yeah, just one for now.
Okay.
So you kind of notice this. A form catches your eye some 60 feet down the street. A weasel-faced man with hunched shoulders leans against a building, watching, let's say, Javi and Timothy. As your gaze meets his, the man's eyes narrow and he turns and disappears into an alleyway.
What a weirdo.
So
But I'm gonna follow him.
Only Arashi saw that, and she saw him look at us and then dip out?
yeah, he seems to be watching you, although you might not know it.
Okay. Gotcha.
Are you going to get their attention to join you before you follow, or are you going to just follow on your own?
Well, I think I'll make eye contact with them and then like kind of suggest that I'm gonna follow that guy.
Slap me on the shoulder and say, that guy was watching you.
Well, no, I was gonna like make eye contact from a distance, look down the alley, look back at you guys, kind of like, hey, let's go chase that guy.
So those of you might see Arashi for the first time, notice them in the crowd. This is an Aiel. They are very rarely seen on this side of the continent. I know your character's history says they're a militia person, Timothy. I don't know, like, if it was in a big war or kind of more local skirmishes, but if it was in a big war, like maybe 20 years ago, there was a big battle with the Aiel, and you might know them as fierce warriors if your character is that old. But you might have also heard stories. So, like, just them being in the city might be enough to catch your attention.
Cool. I was gonna say that I'm not sure a look would have been enough for me to understand that, but with that sort of context, I
Right.
think that maybe just off the basis that it seems like, I don't know what she's trying to convey, but just off the basis of like the eye contact in a direction and then she goes in that direction seems to me like I think she just wants to talk to me somewhere that's not here. So I'll follow and, wave to Javi. Like, I think something's going on over there, and the parade's kind of done here anyway, right? So,
And they didn't even throw candy.
Yeah, lame parade.
Terrible.
It's true. I thought it was going to be more festive. That was
No
my bad, really.
Not a
It
dum
was
dum
kind of
in
a weird
sight.
show of power, and maybe not what you were expecting, but so you kind of catch
I was
up.
parading a false dragon. I just got a weird meaning out of the word parade. But anyway, we catch up.
Yeah. And the person you saw, like, they have disappeared. There's kind of an alleyway entrance, and there's a couple directions they could have gone. So at present, it's just the three of you in the alley. You can talk to each other and kind of see what you can see.
Yeah, I want to buy some drugs.
No, that's in the other game.
Oh, yeah.
I just pretty much as soon as we're off of like the hustle and bustle of the main street, if we're in like an alleyway now, you said, I'm just gonna like petition Arashi right away, like, what's up? What were you trying to tell us out there?
You didn't see the weasel faced man?
No.
He was looking right at you guys.
Okay, so he presumably came down this way, then you were chasing the man.
Yeah.
Javi, can you track people? What kind of shoes was he wearing, do you know?
I don't know, dunk lows from 94 Jordans.
I am
Oh
a
yeah.
very good tracker. Sure can hunt him down if need be.
Oh, and once
Do
we
you
find him,
think in this setting he would have left any kind of clues?
So there are
I
kind
know.
of people here. So I would allow like a charm to talk to people, a coercion to talk to people, a negotiation to
Let's
talk
say,
to
what about
people,
coercion? What if I?
or a streetwise to try
Okay,
to track him.
I've got pretty decent charm, and I like to take that to mean that Timothy is just a person who would try to talk to somebody. So if
Oh
there's
yeah,
somebody like in this alleyway, like, are you saying this alleyway would be populated enough that I could walk up to somebody and be like, "Did you see somebody run past here, maybe making weird rodent noises?"
Yeah, it's
said
an
weasel face.
it's an intersection, so yeah, there's like maybe street carts that are trying to sell you wares and people passing. So somebody might have seen something.
Oh, okay. Well, if there's street carts, I would like to try and charm a merchant by like first just sort of talking about what he's selling, and then like move in for you see any memorable folks come through here very recently?
Yeah, so I could allow a charm check. The difficulty is going to be against 3 purple die. Um, what? Let me look at. So I was going to use this as a time to talk about like collaborative assisted checks. So charm is
Cool,
based
okay.
off of presence. I believe you have the highest, and I think you also have the highest of ranks in charm. So this isn't going to be a way like sometimes if like we needed somebody to make a let me find an example here. I don't think I can come up with like but say there's a skill that you wanted to combine to make and somebody had a high base stat and somebody different had like levels in the skill, you could kind of combine them if you're teaming up. Um, so you can maybe use one person's stat and another person's skill levels. But since in this particular case, since I don't think that situation applies, assisting, if somebody wants to assist Timothy, they can add a blue boost dice.
Ooh, I have a 0 in charm, so
Well, if you think you would also ask around like a different vendor, maybe you could represent that by contributing a blue dice. But I think
okay,
a
yeah,
maximum of
sure.
1.
What do you have to roll to contribute blue dice, though?
I think you just narratively say you're helping.
Oh, okay. So if you are also either chatting up the same merchant with me or talking to other people around in a positive, not deceptive or coercive way, then I can add a blue die. Javi, what are you up to? I imagine you're doing a
I
more traditional kind of tracking.
um no.
All right. I think I'm good then on manual changes with plus a purple die plus a blue die.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a big handful of dice.
Okay, let me see.
Definitely a failure, but a minor advantage.
Man, I cannot get a success to save my life.
So like the your conversation with the street merchant goes well. Like they're very touched and they give you a just like a free slice of bread.
Ooh,
And I mean it's well baked. Like a lot of the
what
different
kind?
vendors, let's call it a sourdough for now.
Ooh,
But
I'm gonna go back to Arashi with my bread and be like, "Are you sure? Are you sure, Weasel Man? I just talked to a guy. And he
he
really didn't
didn't.
seem like he got great bread, but he didn't seem like anybody come running through here weird."
I don't know. He didn't seem like he was hiding something. Nothing.
I mean, hiding something. No, I certainly didn't get that. And
All
I
right.
felt like maybe he just didn't know.
Okay.
Um, hmm. I mean, if you're sure, then maybe we should check in a different capacity. But he must have been a little more discreet. What about him looked odd?
He was weasel faced.
How literally is that? Just curious.
I mean, I don't have a picture or anything, but that was the
I
description
just meant,
provided.
is this the kind of game? Is this the kind of game where he might actually be a rodent man, or do they
No,
just mean he looked like a con man?
not to the best of your knowledge. Just looked
Okay, cool,
suspicious.
cool. Well, all right. Um, Man, I mean that sounds pretty cold. Javi, you found anything?
I mean, somebody can
Uh,
try the streetwise if you want to try like physical tracking, but otherwise, then we can move on from the thread if you can't follow him.
I don't want to.
Yeah, because if he didn't seem like he knows anything, I'm not gonna do what I was gonna do and go back to his car, grab him by the shirt, rip him real close, and say, "Look here, old man."
Maybe you could do that to somebody else if you want to coerce it. I know you
Yeah,
saw something.
yeah.
You know.
But if it's just some guy selling bread, I mean, it's
I
not
just
much
failed my
there.
role. I just failed my role, so I don't want to immediately follow up with something else. I think you guys should try something before I just try something else.
I mean, it's okay to move on as well.
Yeah.
It's not critical. It's just something that you noticed.
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing based on all that.
Well, maybe you should come with us, Arashi, if you have noticed an assailant on us that neither of us even picked up on. Perhaps you could spot him. If we see him again, you should stick with us and point him out if we see him again.
You two look capable. Fair enough.
I killed something I did not think myself capable of just yesterday, so I'm finding myself more and more capable every day.
You probably do need a place to stay. They have an inn that they recommend to you that they're staying at.
Real nice rooms. They love us there.
All right then.
Oh, I realize, just narratively, I don't know, like, where my character would be thinking of going next now. Like, the parade's a whole big event. Is there more we're planning to do, or, like, would I be realistically thinking about going home? Like, what, what exactly would I be up to on
Um,
parade day?
that is entirely up to you. I don't have any more story stuff until you return to the inn, so that can be soon or it can be later tonight. If you want to like do some shopping around town, kind of see the town sights, we can definitely spend some time doing that. I know you guys
I
have
think
some
if
like
anything,
starter money that you might want to buy some new equipment with.
I'm not sure what I need quite exactly. I'm set up for a good adventure. I'm thinking, that I might just like take the scenic route home. I'm sure on parade day that doors or whatever, just because of the high influx of traffic, they've set up to be very attractive to the impulse buyer. So maybe taking an outer route home, I'll just look at the interesting stuff, unless somebody else has plans to do something before we go home.
No, I'm gonna lie low because, like Caleb said, I'm not really uh, what my race. I guess race.
Your people, I don't know.
Yeah, we're
Folk
not
is what
really
Land of Eam calls it.
from this area, so I don't want to draw attention. I picture myself in a hooded cloak, so no one pays attention to me.
Back to the inn then, Javi, and unless you've got something in mind.
No.
While we're walking, I think I might just bring up in conversation the false dragon again. Um, like I don't know, in real life, I don't know much about it, but how much would my character know?
You
Just
probably
amazing dropped out.
know
Oh,
about
he's back.
like what I typed into the Discord, where like it's like maybe a symptom of the madness of these people channeling that they even call themselves this character from history. And that character, like, they're they used to be like one of the good guys before they went mad and they kind of caused almost the erasure of the human species. So they're not really seen as a good guy anymore. So even claiming to be this person from history isn't like a cool thing. So having captured them and like um
Okay.
calling them false,
I
like
think
this
I'm
isn't actually the same person from history. This is just a crazy guy who's calling himself that. Don't worry, it's not
yeah,
the
I think
apocalypse.
I'm getting a much better image of how my character would be thinking of it now, and in which case I think my actual focus would instead be on what those guards were about and why they were looking for someone who looked like us. He seemed pretty sure that he wasn't looking for us, but like, what do you mean you're looking for a group of bumpkins? And we fought those monsters last night. There's no way those things aren't related. Would we? I mean, I was headed back to the inn, but do we know where they would be based from? Not like I'm trying to walk in the front door, but just like I'm trying to walk by there on the way home and see, do they look unrestful? What's going on in town here? I get
Their
it's a big day, but that was a weird interrogation.
so their group, maybe kind of because Javi was the one who kind of recognized them. Like they don't actually really have real authority here. They're not officially sanctioned by like the local government. They're just their own private military. So like they might be
Just
here
say
in
mercenary.
inns. Yeah. So they wouldn't
Okay,
necessarily have like
gotcha.
a home base here. I think in the very far to the west they might have like an alliance with the country and they're kind of taken over the country to the far west, but like here they don't really have any real authority.
Well, to that end, then, on my way back to the inn, I'm thinking that I'm just keeping my eyes out for more of those guys, and if I do see more of them, I'm just trying to see what they're doing. Are they only with the parade, or are they here for another reason, is all I'm really trying to look out for.
I think even like taking the long way around, there's not very many of them, so you probably might not see any on the long way around to the end. You do see a lot more of the Queen's Guard, which are the local, like actual military force. And I mean, just like a couple days ago, there are still like lots of different people. Some wearing like a white banner on their arm, and some wearing a red banner on their arm to signify support for or against the local queen here. And there's still a lot of kind of unrest in the city, but you don't really see more of the um, children of the light.
Oh, I didn't realize the factionism. We should get back to the inn, guys. I think it's been a day. It's been a good couple days. We should get back.
Here, here.
So you get back to the inn. It's outside of the city, so it's still a little quiet. There are some people that have moved on since the parade um, was today, so like it's not as crowded as it was last night, which was a little extreme. Um, Eventually, as you kind of um, get your free food and rooms, Arashi will probably have to pay for her own room at this point. Um, but I can
Mm, my coercion skill set's different.
You're gonna coerce them? We recommended
No,
this to
I'm
you.
just joking. I'm just joking.
Let me check.
Let's say, where's my money? Okay, it says I have 80 silver marks.
Yeah, that's gonna be plenty. I'm just trying to get like a. I mean, let's call it like 2 silver marks for like a room and food for a day.
So
And
78 now.
that's probably generous too, but I'll figure it out later.
It's fine.
Eventually, as you're kind of enjoying it, there are still like a musician who's kind of playing music in the area. Eventually, there's a bustle at a doorway that kind of gets your attention, and a servant is kind of turning to look your way, and beyond her, you can see the hunched form of the beggar from the previous day in the daylight of the street. The servant's kind of talking with them, they're kind of gesturing, and eventually this person comes and heads your way. Your pardon, sirs, she says apologetically, but it's that beggar fellow again. He says the lieutenant from the Queen's Guard has sent him with a message meant only for your ears.
Who's
A
here?
lieutenant from the Queen's Guard sent a beggar from the streets to talk to us? What kind of sense does that make? Why?
It's inconspicuous.
I'm asking her that kind of like a rhetorical question, like I'm gonna ask him that in a moment. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Why? Why him?
she shrugs but says like, the inn master still won't let the guy into the inn because frankly, forgive me, but I can tell he didn't accept the bath he was offered.
All right.
He is stinky fuck.
Thanks for letting us know. I suppose I'll go talk to the fellow. Oh,
Uh,
and I go outside, I presume, to where she said he'd be.
yeah,
Javi, are you coming with me?
I mean,
Said for
yeah,
your
yeah,
ears only, but I assume she was like kind of referring to both of us.
yeah. I'll
yes.
I'll come with you just to make sure you don't get into any trouble. That is my excuse.
Cool. I was
Let you
hoping you'd
two
come
handle
with me.
that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about
I'll
this
be
guy. No,
around some.
you should meet this guy. Arashi, you should meet the guy. He's
Damn
weird,
it! I
and I
just was about to say I don't want to be around some stinky bum.
not. I want your read on him because I'm not sure I trust him. He like wants my clothes. He's a weird guy. I don't know what's up with him. So let's go see what he's about.
Yeah, he's kind of out
Um,
pacing in the road.
like the first question I have for him before he has a chance to say anything, I just walk up to him with the greeting like, "Why would a guard send you to talk to me?"
And then I respond with, "And why did you turn down the bath? You clearly need it."
It's not my place to question the Queen's Guard. I'm here to serve.
But it is your place to take a
Are
bath,
you?
bro.
You here to serve? I thought you were a beggar, not a queen's guard. Why would a queen's message be trusted to you? I don't understand it. And if there's something more going on here, then I want to know it up front, pal.
I mean, he mumbles something about like the soldiers kind of being too busy after the parade, like they're busy all day.
Can I can I try and glean if he's lying to me? I just don't
You
trust the
can
guy, and I want to know how my character feels about it.
So that would be a vigilance check, but it's going to be versus his skills. Um, so it's going to be your vigilance versus 4 red dice.
Oh, I mean, my vigilance is pretty
Good
normal,
luck with
so
that.
pretty standard 2 greens. So, I mean, I did it. So if I'm rolling it, then I'm rolling it. But Yeah, okay, I can't read the man. He's very untrustworthy to my eye.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really read him. He's kind of distracting, and like he's got these like twitches, um, you know, and he kind of eventually just like shuts down and stops answering questions and says, "I'll take you to him." That's all I can tell you.
Oh, no,
Take
no.
me to who?
That the
No, no.
lieutenant
This
of
is
the
where I
Queen's
do the
Guard.
coercion check.
You know what? Tell me what the message is, and if it seems unbelievable, then we'll go talk to whoever sent you.
The message is he wants to talk to you.
Oh, Dad. I'm even
I can
more
take you
confused
straight
why
to
he
him.
didn't just come talk to us. Are we
He's
cool with
busy.
just going with him? Don't you take us down any back roads. I don't trust you.
Like I said, this is where I do a coercion check, I think.
Would you like to try?
Yeah. So I'm
I
gonna,
was like, I mean,
slam
I'm
my
just being
staff
frank
down.
with him.
I'm gonna slam my staff down. It's gonna start flowing.
He had
Look here, you bum.
4 purple dice on that vigilance thing, my man. He might be a pretty strong wizard hiding under them beggar's clothes or something.
And we still gonna go for it.
I'm trying to. I lost my notes to what the opposite of coercion is. I think it might be cool. Let me see what his cool set is.
That would make sense. Like logically, that would make sense at least. Guys, got to give me a second because food deliveries here. So 1 second.
Okay, no problem. I don't actually think he has skills in cool, which is probably good for you.
Oh, I hope we don't learn he's evil. I was hoping maybe I'm just misreading him. But why does he want my clothes? I don't trust why he wants my clothes.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, there's only one way to find out. Just give him your clothes.
I think there's more than one way to find out, really. I always try to talk to people first, but my best leveled up skill is athletics and melee light. I don't want it to come to a fist fight, but if it does, I will. Or wait, a fist fight would be brawl. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Oh, also, I'm not sure what's going to happen as a result of Arathi getting at this guy, but if we do end up following him, I definitely want to like use maybe streetwise. It sounds like to make sure it doesn't seem like he's trying to lead us somewhere bad. I don't want him to. We're going just over here, alleyway to get robbed. I just don't trust why he wants my clothes.
Yeah, that might be streetwise. It might be vigilance. We'll see when we get there. Vigilance is kind of a catch-all for a lot of things.
I'll have to dump some XP into that. Oh, also, I wasn't sure, but I just wanted to check. Can your yellow dice in a skill exceed your green dice, or is your green dice like the limit of how many yellow dice you could have?
You take the two numbers from your stat and your skill,
Okay, I'm back.
and the higher one is the number of dice you roll. So like you can end up like upgrading further if you can, but I think there's a max limit of 5 dice total.
Okay, so like, well, when I like roll dice with, if I just click on melee light here, my melee light has 2 yellows and a green die. Could I, if I say like used medicine, but I had a rank 3 in medicine, even though my intelligence is only 2, does that mean I would just roll 3 yellow dice? You wouldn't even pay any attention to the
Well,
green
you'd
ones?
start with 3 green dice because that's the higher number, and you'd upgrade 2 of them because 2 is your intelligence. So
And you'd upgrade 2 of the. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Just clicked for me right then. Okay, thank you.
All right,
uh,
how many purple?
so your coercion is going to be 1 purple, and then upgrade a second purple into red. So it should be 1 purple, 1 red. And you said you're kind of using your staff and like maybe using a little bit of magic to amp this up a little bit.
Yeah, I want this man to know that I am not one to fuck with.
I'll let you add a blue boost dice to yourself as well.
Okay, so I should have a red hexagon, 3 purple diamonds.
1 purple diamond, 1 red hexagon.
Okay.
You can remove them by just left clicking the diamonds in the little image in the top.
1 purple, 1 red.
Yes, and give yourself a blue square.
Okay, cool.
Ultimately going to be a failure, but with a minor additional. So you can kind of gain a little bit of insight into them, but you can't really intimidate him. Like he kind of stands steadfast. You can see his face twitch though, and you know he recognizes you for what you are, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to change him. Let's see. You can maybe learn that he is. I guess it probably hasn't been explained to you, so what you learn as your character learns, his eyes kind of keep twitching to the cloak on Timothy's back.
Wouldn't be the first time I've been beaten in the streets, darling.
And after that show, I mean, he kind of just says, "Well, I'm going, so follow me or don't."
Yeah, I mean,
That
I'm gonna follow him,
terrifying
but
display I put on.
had a decent pace behind. Like I said, I want to try and make sure he's not taking me down somewhere weird. And if he does go down somewhere weird, I'm just not following him there. And I'll ask a guard. Also, can you tell me that the dude's looking at my cloak? I meant Arathi just mentioned that to me because, again, the dude's so obsessed with my clothes. Leave me alone, man. What do you want? I could, you know what? It makes me wonder. Before, if he's going a far enough distance that I could try to talk to him again, I want to try and charm the guy. Why do you want my clothes, dude? Because remember when we first had this conversation, I said I'd just give him money instead. I had approached him as just a beggar that I want to help in a way that is meaningful to him. So I want to ask him earnestly, like, I want to hold the cloak up to him and say, like, what is it about this that has got you so enthralled? Why do you want my clothes?
Um, he's kind of pulled ahead of you, and he's not super receptive to it. Like you can roll a check if you'd like to, but might be
Okay,
a
well,
little bit
if
harder.
he's a little bit ahead of me, I think I might just like call out to him again one more time then with like the like, what is it about my cloak? Like I want to just be frank with him. Like, why do you want my cloak? Why was it specifically my cloak? And if he doesn't answer, he doesn't answer. But I want to ask him why? Why my clothes? What's my cloak important to him for?
He doesn't turn around. He still continues. He's like slightly lurching, slightly shambling ahead of you.
You're not winning any brownie points with me, buddy. I say to him.
And he does take you back into the main city, through the city gates, and up the boulevard another like 500 feet or so. There's kind of signs of the aftermath of the parade. There's extra trash thrown through the streets and kind of different kinds of flags or banners from in the windows. He does turn down like a side street that's crowded in close with shops and homes. Um, you know, it's a narrower alley, and he continues through it. But he continues forward. And he said, "Are you going to continue following him?"
Yeah, but more cautiously, and I'm gonna ask him how much further. Like, why didn't you just tell me where to go? Where is this lieutenant hidden? And like, I'm gonna slow down to a stop. Like, answer me, or I'm not following anymore.
And luckily, he kind of points up to a banner that's been hung from an upper window, and it's the banner of this country, the Crimson Banner of Andor, with a lion on a, I think, red field. Um, and he points at the building and says, "Here is the officer you seek," he says, motioning towards the open door. And inside you see a soldier in a crimson tabard sitting at a table in a small room.
Okay. Um. Um. Do I know what any of that? Does my character understand where any of that would be from?
You
Or
probably
wait, that's
recognize
the
the
lion you
flag.
described from a
Yeah,
little
the
earlier.
flag is the country you're in.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, right. Right. So in that case, I'm gonna I don't know if you can just walk into a building like that. If
See, the
there's no
door is
guards out
open.
front to talk to, then I'm just gonna like peek my head in and like if there's anybody who would see me right there, just be like, somebody sent a beggar for me.
Are you the ones from the Golden Stag? Come on in, the
I
captain wants to
presume
talk to
so.
you.
Javi, you right behind me. Arathi, are you right behind me?
I am.
I mean,
I think
you said you were definitely kind of paying attention to things. Would you like to roll a vigilance check?
uh yeah, my vigilance isn't very good, but we'll give it a shot.
What's vigilance based on? Arashi
Oh,
might have good
sorry, my bad.
vigilance.
Damn, I am not a very vigilant fellow.
I mean, it's got the whole flag, and he's wearing the colors of the country. I guess.
Oh, you said looking out for stuff. I just wondered, like, when I rolled that, I meant like, did anything seem amiss? And I suppose the answer to that question is nothing seems amiss to me.
I mean, you haven't been in like, you know, this
It's a
is
big
a new
city, man.
experience
I don't
for
know what
you,
anything
right?
should or shouldn't look like. I think this beggar's got big plans for me because he likes my coat. I have no idea what's happening right now.
So he kind
Um,
of, the single soldier inside kind of points you to a door, and leads you all into that.
yeah, you all, Arathi, have you joined us? Are you walking in with us? Your mic is muted, by the way, just if you didn't
Yes.
know.
Yeah, he's
Okay, so
eating,
you're
I
with
think.
us in that room.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I assume we all politely meet with whoever has sent for us.
Yeah, it's a kind of a staircase that leads into what looks like an empty storeroom. But there's another door further in, and you kind of descend the staircase. And oh no, it's an ambush. Some thugs pop out, and they don't look very friendly. I might have to reposition you here. Gotta wait for it to load for me. Yeah, let's have you start going down the stairs. And I think we will roll.
Should have just killed the beggar.
And as you can see, you kind of quickly look behind you, and he is not following you in this building. It is the beggar is not with you in this building at present. He kind of led you to this building, and he disappeared. So I think it's going to work better if I roll the initiatives for everybody. So I'm going
Makes
to
no difference to me.
do that.
We're asking the same computer to roll.
Since you are ambushed, you are forced to use vigilance. That's Timothy.
Bow. Clean dice, not a symbol on them.
Arashi. And Javi. I need to remember.
As combat begins, I want to just mutter about how much I hate the big city. I don't ever want to come here. I hate this place.
I mean, we can always leave.
Can we? It seems like in this moment we can't.
Oh.
So I know this is kind of your first combat. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the video from last time, but the player slots kind of you can exchange them between yourselves. So Arashi would go first, but if one of you has a better idea of what to do first, one of you can take that slot, and then Arashi can use another one of your slots later. But I'll say that's up to Arashi if you want to go first, or if you want to let someone else go first.
Well, Arashi, if you don't have any immediate plans, my plan is to charge like head first at the nearest guy and unleash my pent-up aggression on him.
Now, channeling. What does that kind of entail? Does it like all the elements here? What are we talking?
So I know you have a penchant for kind of weather magic, but indoors it's kind of harder to do. Like throwing lightning from the sky is hard when there's not clouds in the sky.
Yeah.
So in here, if you want to use magic to attack, you might just throw like a wall of air at somebody, or you might throw a fireball at somebody. It's all like mechanically it's going to be very similar. You can kind of just describe it however you want, and we can work with the effects of it.
Instead of fireball, can I do like a stream of flame?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Whatever the most thuggiest of the thugs.
So the guy behind you, I think, is he's joined from a separate door. So there's two people behind you, and then in front of you there's both of these tokens represent groups of 3. So all in all, there's like 8 thugs, but they've kind of condensed into these 3 tokens.
Like a room full of people here. I'm feeling less confident about this now.
I'm not. I got fire.
So let me get the pen tool out again. So for you, you are kind of, I might say you're engaged with this person behind you. You're in close range. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to throw at them. So you can have an easier time throwing fire someone far away, but this person next to you is going to have an easier time hitting you afterwards, I think. So it's up to you if you want to.
We'll just light the guy next to me on fire.
All right. So on your character sheet, on the, what tab is it? The combat tab, I have a generic magic attack, and we'll use that. But so you're going to have to spend an upgrade point to allow you to cast at somebody next to you, and then that's going to make it 2 purple dice total. And you can choose to add more, like if you want to add a burn effect to the spell, or if you want to add a different kind of effect. But for now, just dealing damage. Might just keep it simple.
Yeah.
So I will describe for you kind of what it feels like, since this is the first time we're kind of really getting into it. A lot of the how people in the books experience it is they're natives to this land, so they use a lot of like water imagery, which doesn't make sense for your character because you're from the desert. So I'm going to kind of adjust the analogy a little bit, and here we go. So kind of you are used to kind of closing your eyes, and in an instant you kind of imagine like a budding flower, and you open yourself up to this impossibly large source of magic, and you kind of feel it flooding into you. It's like a immense sandstorm. You could never possibly fight it. It's too powerful. The only thing that you can do is surrender to it. And when you do that, you can't control it, but you can guide it and have it do exactly what you want. So you can draw threads of fire from the air around you and from the heat of kind of the sunlight streaming in from the windows outside. And you can draw those little tiny threads, and you kind of weave them together into a single bar of flame, and you push the bar towards the thug, and you can click your little magical attack.
Okay. And with the dice, I'm not changing anything.
Because you're attacking someone close to you, you need to add 1 purple. So it should be 2. It should be 2 purple total. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah, it might default to 2. It should be 2, because.
Okay, cool.
And so it calculated the damage automatically. That's going to be 10 damage. And these guys have 4 soak. So it takes 6 damage. So one of the 2 guys behind you. Can I do this? Yeah, so like one of the 2 guys behind you is just completely blasted away, and the other guy is looking not so sure of himself.
Yeah, and Buddy's a pile of ash next to him.
And you could move if you want, but I mean that's as good of a turn as you can get.
Yeah, I don't want to close all these tabs just to open them back up for that, so that'll be good.
So next up in initiative order is going to be the guy that you just got. He still knows that he's got a lot more friends in the other room, so he's going to try to come at you with an attack. You do have 1 melee defense, so he will.
game is paused if that's why. Oh, okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
I see it. And he does not get any successes, so he actually misses. And then
Not
he
surprised.
immediately looking a lot less confident and maybe kind of looking at the door, which is convenient for him to escape. He's going, but he's not going to run yet. He's going to wait and see how things go on the inside. So
Jesus, he's not gonna run when his friend is a pile of ash next. What a ballsy individual.
next up could be Javi, if you're ready.
Okay. Um,
I'd say you're in like medium range to both of these people.
being ranged to both. Which one's in more? Well, which one's in less cover? Or are they not in cover at
Uh,
all?
they're probably in equal cover.
Okay. So then I will go after this one.
Would you like to spend a movement to get in short range first, or do you want to stay where you are?
Also just wanted to note, I could go in your stead to draw them into the open if you'd like to hold your position and get them to move, but that's your choice, just recommending it or suggesting it.
I mean, your idea sounds better.
All right, we can have Timothy go first instead.
Okay.
In that case, I'm thinking I'm trying to give Javi a good shot on this, and if nobody looks like they're rangers, like they're both gonna run at me,
Yeah.
then I was thinking maybe I could just try to run for the middle of the room to bait them out from behind cover and then like goad one of them to me.
Yeah, I mean, it can be.
What is that like here?
Yeah, that seems about right.
I don't want to like exert or anything to move.
That seems
Oh,
fair.
I must have
Yeah,
collided.
there's a wall there. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and I want to. If this isn't close enough to engage this guy, then I'd like to like slap my sword to my shield and be like,
yeah,
a king's lieutenant sending a beggar. I knew something was wrong. I just look for the good in people, I guess.
yeah. I think if you don't want to spend 2 strain, you probably can't get in melee range. You can try like a coercion or some other roll if you'd like to.
Yeah. I guess
This one?
I don't know. Not trying to like World of Warcraft mechanics, but and so I'm not trying to like taunt the guy, but I do want to like, I'm yelling things that'll make him more angry at me than my friends.
If you'd like to make a roll, you can roll.
Okay, let me see what I mean coercion is probably what that would be, but again, effect, I guess. Like what am I trying to do? Is just maybe make if there would be a way for me to give the benefits of this to Javi that I have gotten them not paying attention to me, so or I've got them paying attention to me so that he can get like a better aim. They're not worried about the guy who's shooting an arrow at him.
Yeah, we can keep that in mind.
And is that coercion too purple?
It'd be versus their cool, I think,
Okay.
which is based on presence, and their presence is 2, so it would be 2.
Okay.
A
All
success
right.
with threat.
Threat is not a failure, right? So this does succeed. These two things don't cancel each other out.
Right. I would say maybe
Okay.
kind of the fact that you're kind of taunting 3 to 6 people is maybe giving you like 1 strain as a little
Makes sense. I'm
represent your
scared.
stress, but they seem like
This is terrifying. I'm scared. I might
they
die.
seem at least confident enough that they're kind of scoffing at you, taunting them. And
All right, Javi, now's the time to do something real cool.
well, they get to go first. So this guy here is
Yeah, I know.
definitely in short range, so he can make it to you. This guy is probably in short range and can make it to you too. And you do have a melee defense, so I will add a black dice.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, I should be clicking the weapon. So 4 successes plus the 5 base damage is going to be 9 total damage. And you subtract your...
That might instantly kill me.
You subtract your soak, so it's going to be 5 damage, 5 wounds to you.
All right.
But I think with 1 threat, I might give him a strain, which for the minions that they are, that kind of actually counts as health. So they're stressing, like maybe you get a small cut on one of them as he comes at you. And then the next guy is going to attack you as well. And he misses, but with a minor advantage. So, like maybe one of them kind of grabs like your shield arm and he's kind of holding you. So the next attack against you might gain a small boost. But that might be a while yet in the future, because it is Javi's turn.
All right. So then,
You can move once
I'm
to get
gonna
in
go
short
after.
range, which would help a little bit.
I remember if I did that last time, it almost died. I think I'm gonna keep my
Okay.
distance.
So you can stay in medium.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go after this one because it has. They basically they're behind Timothy, so I guess I'll hit that one.
Because he's engaged with an ally, you will upgrade one of the purples into a red.
That's
And a
fine.
critical failure might mean you hit the ally instead.
I understand the risks. Fire
You
away.
see, we practice this. You know, when you put the apple on the head and then you shoot, we practice. It'll be fine.
I've many scars. It's good practice, though.
So it should be 1 red, 1 purple. And he does. Let me see if he has defense. No defense. So.
Okay. Red, 1 purple. Okay.
Looks good. By the way, in the future, if you use the your weapon on the combat page, it'll do the damage automatically.
Oh, I should have done that. Okay.
I see.
But the
Okay,
base
that's cool.
damage for you is 7 plus the bonus 5 is 13 or 12. Their soak is 4, so 8 damage actually takes out 2 of them, I think. Yeah.
2 quick shots or 1 arrow through 2 heads?
Well, actually, it looks like there's still two left in the group. I can't do math.
Me, they're all good.
Maybe it has to go over to 9 to count as killing the second guy. But that definitely is a huge chunk of that group. Like you probably killed one and like got an arrow right in the chest of the other one, but he still like is standing.
All right, then that is the end of my turn right there.
I should have said this earlier. Maybe you can kind of adjust it now. If you don't have anything better to do with a maneuver on your turn, you can do an aim maneuver, and that counts for melee or ranged attacks, where you kind of just spend your influence kind of charging up your attack to do a little bit better. So if you I'm gonna roll a blue dice for you, and we'll see if that does any extra. Okay, nothing extra.
Clean. Squeaky clean.
So we'll be back to the top of initiative with Arashi. Arashi's kind of in a position to kind of get the whole battlefield. You can see both sides. You see, Timothy has taken a hit, but is otherwise still standing. And I mean, these people definitely that you've kind of walked into this trap with, they seem like they know what they're doing. You might still be muted, or he might be like getting some water or something.
Yeah, his cursor is still, so I'm not sure.
We can give it 30 seconds, but if he doesn't show up, we can have someone else swap the turn with him.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Internet was cutting in and out.
Sorry.
So, let me see what's going on here in the picture. So the thug I was next to is dead, right?
Yeah, one of the two of them are dead. There's still one guy there. And he doesn't look so hot himself. But he's still standing. Definitely.
He's about to look really hot.
That's true.
Because we're just going to blast him with fire also.
And I think I can offer you the same thing. If you don't want to move, you can give yourself a blue dice to try to focus and aim your attack more effectively. But if you kill him, you might choose to want to move, so maybe you want to hold off on it. It's up to you.
I kind of deleted the other guy pretty easily, so we're just going to stick to what's on the screen here in the dice pool.
I think you can roll when you're ready. Ooh, I don't see any successes in that, so it's gonna miss, unfortunately. He kind of like, gets in close, and it's really hard to kind of weave all the things together and concentrate on defending yourself at the same time. With the single success, I don't. You did get a strain in a previous scene. Maybe you can delete that strain and go back to 0 strain.
For that little thing, the little link we have for spending symbols in combat, can you spend advantage even if you did not get any, can you spend advantage on failed rolls, I guess is the question.
Yes. And
Because in that case, you've got 2 advantage, and there's a little thing, it should be like link 2, I think, spending symbols in combat. Is this a scenario where he could use those in this
yes.
capacity?
In general, like you guys can decide how to spend your own advantage. I'm just trying to offer suggestions. So yeah, you could like maybe kind of maim them and have them like have a harder time on their next turn, or you could kind of take a free movement, I suppose, with 2 of them.
Because one I can think of is like with add a black die to the targeted character's next check, you could make it so that like the 2 advantage sort of reads almost as like a glancing hit where like you burned him just enough in the face that like he has to cover his eyes, but not enough that it would kill him. It just burned his eyebrows off and he has to take a moment to take his eyes off you. Did you catch that? Arashi?
Yeah.
Gotcha. You just said your internet was going in and out. I didn't. And
No, that's not good.
so did you want to use your advantage for anything, or?
I mean, what if, for example?
So one of the things could be getting rid
I'm
of the
sending
strain
a
like you
picture too.
did, or there's kind of a list that I put in, I think number 2 or so in the shortcut bar at the bottom. Spending symbols in combat for a couple different things you could spend it on, but one of them was like making the target's next check more difficult, like saying your brother was saying like maybe you blinded him temporarily or something like that.
Yeah, we'll do that instead of the strain. I'll just have one strain. It's fine. We'll just say I blinded one guy because of the fire.
Alright, he I mean he still has, I mean he might not know like what's going on in the room behind him, so he saw that it was effective that he got in close and was distracting you. So he's going to try to continue to press the attack. I think you have an armor.
Yeah, the blinding represented in this case, I'm thinking essentially you just sort of day blinded him, so like he'll get a black die to represent his foggy vision, you know.
And another one for your armor, so I think he has a good chance of missing. Yeah, he still succeeded, so you're going to end up taking 6, or it's 6 total damage, but you subtract your soak, so you're going to take 4 wounds. As he kind of gets a good hit on you with his like a cudgel or club or whatever. Might have like a bruised rib. And the threat would be something negative for him. Maybe I mean, but just one is probably just going to be a strain, which for him counts as HP. Means he's on death's door pretty much. It would be back to either Timothy or Javi next.
Take another shot, Javi. I got him out in the open. You can have your space back.
Okay, I mean that works for me. So let's go ahead and do the same thing.
And you can, if you want to
Try and
use a
finish off the
maneuver,
weaker one for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of the maneuvers to do an aim,
so
which
you get
gives
a
me
blue dice.
a blue die.
And it's still going to be the same 1 purple, 1 red.
Okay.
Ooh, lots of results there. It does end up with a success.
Yeah, oh man.
So yeah, that group is toast. 8 minus 4 is 4. Oh, you have to exceed your wounds. So you do kill another one. Yeah, that's it. You have to exceed the wounds to actually go down. So he just barely met the wound threshold. So
Okay.
like you've killed another one, and like you shot this guy in the leg, and he's like hobbling around. He is looking panicked, like he doesn't want to fight anymore. But it would be their turn together. He's looking at his friend and being like, I can't do this. He's gonna spend a maneuver to run away. He can't spend strain to take another maneuver, or he would die. This guy here, I guess, is going to, maybe he'll attack. No, I don't think he'll attack. He'll say, sorry, our mistake. Must be some misunderstanding. And he's just going to try to run. He's going to use a maneuver to at least make it to the door and open it. And then it's up to you how you want to respond to that, Timothy.
Oh man, I mean, I got to admit, I'm pissed about the whole thing, and them just run out like nothing happened. I don't just want to, well, bygones are bygones. I'm not. I almost want to let these two guys go, and we're gonna have a chat with this last little friend upstairs who ain't got nobody else here with him. But um, I don't think I give these two chase. If anything, I think I'm gonna like signal back to Arathi, like get that guy. That we know there's one more guy up there. Oh, and also that door that opened, does that lead outside or are they
It looks to be, yes, outside.
okay, cool.
So you want me to get that guy?
Yeah, I mean, I won't have time to like run up there and grab him during this turn or anything. So if anything, I think like what I would actually do is tell Arathi to like maybe you and Javi grab that dude, and I'm gonna like head over to the door to close it after them. I want to chat with this guy. Does he know the beggar? I want to ask him. Does he know what the beggar wants us? Do you know that guy? I hate this place. And somebody better know something this time, or I'm gonna freak out.
It would be back to the top of, so it would be Arashi again. One thing that you can do, you can use air and kind of basically like grab somebody and hold them still if you'd like to try that instead of an attack.
My man's giving me that Skyrim Fusro Da.
Sorry, that was me following them to close the door. I just wanted to represent that.
Sure.
Okay. So just regular roll.
Yeah, you can like go on your non-combat side of your sheet and do a channeling skill check, and it's going to be versus. We'll just call it 2, I think. So you pull threads of air out of the air, and you kind of wrap them up around this guy's wrists and ankles, and you make the air hard, and you use it and just pick him up until he's like just hovering like a foot off the floor and fighting against like bonds that he can't see. And he's just like all of a sudden whimpering like, "No, please, I'm sorry, like please stop, let me go." And we're gonna call the combat finished for now. It's about stopping time.
Cool. One more thing. I just need to note it somewhere or something. I want to find out is are they nameless thugs or do they work for somebody who has sent to specifically us? Did the beggar target us because he thought we'd have something valuable, or is there something more nefarious going on here?
Yeah, I think you can definitely talk to this guy next
I can
time.
actually just type that into a
Yeah.
message here or something. Yeah, let me go ahead and pop that in my character notes, actually. That's all I'm trying to do here. 'Cause I just didn't want to come back and forget entirely why we've tied this man up.
And other than that, we will see what he has to say for himself next time. Later.